Hey there, USPSA people, and I'm sorry, another USPSA thing for YouTube, but stuff is popping off. I'll put today's headline right up front. Bruce won, Lickathon Bruce, that dude. You've heard he's coming back to the board. I've heard not. I do not think we will be seeing him again. So let me go back through it and we'll talk about it. So, in my opinion, we are now winning the battle against the midwit cabal. This group of dipshits really that has they stealthily took control of the organization, kind of when nobody was paying attention years ago. It got to the point Foley's taking care of his buddies the way that Foley does. They're getting getting stuff off prize tables occasionally, but passing out the money. And Sherwin's taking care of his buddies the way that Sherwin does. And Sherwin's buddies want, they like money, but they like other stuff too. And this group was just running it, and nobody really understood that. Why? Because these guys gaslight everybody at full blast about what it is that they're really up to, and it's very, very difficult to break through that wall of bullshit to get people to understand what's really happening. A week ago, Monday night, man, the messages I got from people, they were very upset. They're like, hey, it's over for USPSA and all of that. I was doing a live stream with Pranka when the USPSA meeting was going on. And guys are in the chat, they're freaking out. They're like, oh, they're removing Frank. And I'm just like, chill, guys, chill. This will serve us in the end. It has been anticipated. Don't worry about it. They can try to do whatever they want. That was my attitude. And at this point, I think people are starting to see why. Letting the cabal reveal itself. So, like if you're acquainted with the facts and you see what's going on here, like you have to be deluded or dishonest or crazy or something to not understand what's happening here. That this group is trying to eject people that are not part of the group that are on the board because they are a threat to that group's power. The organization's going nuts. The protest it just keeps growing. But I have to say, like at this point, things are turning around very, very quickly in what might be an epic comeback tour for USPSA this year. As of Wednesday last week, Frank is back on the board. And Mel Roduro tapped out in the middle of the meeting and quit. Now, at that time, like the recommendations for the area directors for 1 and 3 was to bring back Sherwin and Lickathon Bruce. Swinger Sherwin and Lickathon Bruce, I should call them. Those two guys were coming back, and we got the word a couple days ago. Sherwin had tapped out, like he is no longer going to come back. I got word today, Bruce 1 has tapped out. He is not going to be coming back. So let's look at who's left on the board. We got Yeeman Lin, the president, who has at least demonstrated that he is on some level willing to fight these people. Okay, we've got Frank is back, and he is geeked up and ready to go and ready to put foot to ass. Got Ben Berry, he's on the board. Obviously, people are seeing the value of having a rules nerd around, so we got Ben Berry there. On the other team, you've got Leighton, who seems like Leighton, the hot dog, Area 2 director. He seems to be calling the shots at this point for the other side. At least it looks like it. It looks like it to a lot of people. You got Hot Dog Sherwin. You got Area 8, Russell Fortney. I'm very, very happy that he has been completely unmasked over the last couple months. He's got a very pleasant demeanor in person. He puts on good matches. People liked him. And now they're understanding, like, oh, this guy, even though all of that's true, that he puts on good matches and pleasant face-to-face interactions, when push comes shoving, he is a dirtbag. And I'm really happy that people are seeing that guy's part of the problem. All that's left, Area 5, Rick Steele, he's, in my read on him, he's kind of like the Area 4 director, Mel, former Area 4 director, I should say. He's like on their team, but he doesn't really seem very committed, and he's definitely not making any decisions. And he ultimately, he's he shifted on the Wednesday meeting, and there we go. Now and Frank came back. So we got 3 of the homies over there. Got Frank, Yeaman, Ben over here. Scott comes back. You see how these numbers change? If we get Scott back on the board, I think that's going to be a very, very difficult situation for these people to overcome. And with all of the eyes on this now, there's so many more people paying attention. The guys in place are going to have a mandate to actually reform USPSA, actually. And I'm not talking about change the rules of the sport that you like and that you play. Nobody gives a shit about that right now. These, from my conversations with the dudes on our team, the team members who actually care that the members are represented, those dudes, they don't care. That's not what this is about for them. They have to take the organization from the hands of this cabal of jackasses and remove their influence and power and make sure the members ultimately are the ones calling the shots. Now, it's as I'm describing this sounds like a whole different ball game than what people thought it was, and it is, and it's shifting quickly. The protest is working, the pressure is working. These guys are the cabal is used to having total control over the things that happen. They suck at disseminating information, but when it comes down to like removing me from the sport or whatever, they could just do that. No problem. They want to change something, they can just do that. They're used to operating in an environment of total control over what it is that they're doing. And as that control diminishes, these guys are collapsing at an increasing rate because they're weak fundamentally. If they're not running the show or they're made to look bad or people don't like what they're doing or whatever, they don't know what to do with that. And that's why you're seeing just this total inversion now of the situation so quickly as the public pressure has really, really ramped up. So we haven't won yet, but we are winning now. And you guys should keep it up. Keep going full force.